Musclehead, ex-con, and 2 counties works out here. We're just gonna walk in and...
Gentlemen, can I sign you up today? Got a special, 2 for 1. Of course, it's supposed to be for husbands and wives, but in your case, I can make an exception.
I want to know about Dewey Baker.
Look, if you've got paper, serve me. Take me down. If you ain't got paper, get out of my face.
Let me explain something to you, Gilliam. You're still on parole, and half of these guys in here are convicted felons. I could bust you right now, put you back on the inside. Hey, Mondo. It's a lot of weight. Don't want to get a hernia.
Put them both on.
I got it.
Relax. Don't even think about it.
Say please.
Now you owe me. That's 100 for the frames, 50 for the lenses.
You know I'm gonna hurt you, don't you?
Yes.
You see, it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you put me in prison. No, ma'am, that's the least of it. I've been just sitting here thinking about all the good folks down in Cuervo County that suffered because of you. Folks that I protected while I was sheriff down there. And while I was away in Huntsville serving that bogus charge you trumped up. They replaced me with some namby-pamby, bleeding-heart liberal who ain't got the guts to arrest a jaywalker. Now, since I left there, the crime rate's gone up 30%. You know, I've always considered myself a problem solver. I can't figure out how to get your clothes off when you're all tied up like that.
Rub it now! I'll cut her!
That's a good boy.
Baker, stop. Come on, let it go.
The story begins with 2 Texas Rangers, Cordell Walker and his new partner, James Trevette, tracking a fugitive named Devlin to an apartment where he is hiding with his girlfriend.
Who is it?
Texas Ranger, man.
Strip. What? I said strip.
Sorry to barge in on you like this, Miss Mason.
What you want?
Ask you a couple of questions, if we may.
About what?
About Benny Carl Devlin?
I know him, yeah, but I haven't seen him in 2 years. If you'll excuse me.
Miss Mason.
When they realize she is lying to protect him, the Rangers kick down the door and force their way inside. Despite Devlin's violent resistance, the Rangers quickly subdue and arrest both suspects.
Much as I hate to admit it, the man is good.
At the Tarrant County Courthouse, Assistant District Attorney Alex Cahill leads the prosecution, publicly seeking a death sentence for Devlin.
We will make every effort to obtain the maximum conviction in this matter and will not rest until we accomplish it.
After the hearing, she encounters Walker and informs him he must testify against Devlin the following day.
CD 730?
You're on.
That evening, while walking to her car in the parking lot, Alex senses someone following her.
Here you go, Miss Prosecutor. I'm as harmless as a little old lamb.
He is former County Sheriff Dewey Baker, whom Alex previously prosecuted and sent to prison for 5 years. Bitter and resentful, Baker makes it clear that he intends to settle the score.
You open your mouth one more time, I'll file harassment charge.
Place, darling. We'll be seeing each other again real soon.
The next day at the police station, Walker and Trevette discuss Devlin's case and prepare for their testimony. Their superior informs them that the former sheriff was seen in town the previous night. The news surprises Walker, who believed Baker was still incarcerated. Concerned about Baker's violent past and his grudge against Alex, Walker visits her house to warn her.
I know. He's already paid his respects.
This isn't funny, Alex. The guy's dangerous.
Walker.
Alex, however, minimizes the threat and insists that her priority remains securing a conviction against Devlin. Even a reassurance from her boyfriend, who claims his green belt in judo is sufficient protection, fails to ease Walker's concerns. Later that night, Alex returns home and is ambushed by a masked intruder. The attacker flees but leaves behind a disturbing message. Her clothes are neatly arranged across the bed, proving he entered her bedroom without triggering the alarm. Shaken, Alex contacts the police. An investigator determines that the intruder is highly skilled with security systems and left no evidence.
Feel free to say I told you so.
Is there anything that you can remember?
It was dark. He was behind me.
Although Alex could not clearly see the attacker in the dark, Walker strongly suspects Baker. The following morning, Walker spots Baker working as a taxi driver and enters his cab. They immediately recognize one another and Baker starts mocking Walker, claiming that crime was lower during his time as sheriff and blaming Walker for the city's decline. Walker draws his weapon and orders him to stop the vehicle.
Hands on your head. You know the procedure.
Walker, the Ranger's Ranger.
Where were you last night?
I don't have to answer that.
Although Baker initially refuses to account for his whereabouts between 9 and 10 p.m. the previous night, he eventually claims he was working and picked up a passenger from the airport. He suggests they verify his alibi through dispatch records and his logbook. Despite the alibi, Walker breaks Baker's taillight and gives him a restraining order, warning him to stay at least 300 yards away from Alex or face immediate arrest.
If I wanted to hurt anybody, I could do it from a lot farther than 300 yards.
Don't even think of it.
Later, Baker meets his friend Dwayne and explains that he is under police surveillance. He asks Dwayne to cover the remainder of his shift and says they will reconnect the next day as planned. That evening, as Alex prepares dinner, Baker breaks into her stable, kills her horse, and disappears. When she receives the news, she emotionally collapses. The next morning, Walker informs Alex that although Baker was under surveillance the previous night, he believes Baker is not acting alone. He suspects an accomplice. Walker warns her that once the preliminary hearing concludes, Baker may escalate his attacks and advises her to go into hiding. Alex refuses, arguing that stepping aside could allow Devlin's defense team to request a different prosecutor and weaken the case.
There is no way I'm going to take that chance.
She remains determined to proceed. Walker launches a manhunt for Dewey Baker. He and Trevette begin at a gym owned by an ex-convict where Baker once spent time.
Gentlemen.
I want to know about Dewey Baker.
Don't know him.
The owner denies knowing Baker's whereabouts and orders them to leave.
You're still on parole. I could bust you right now, put you back on the inside.
When Walker attempts to question others, they refuse to cooperate.
Okay.
Relax.
Don't even think about it. Now you owe me. That's 100 for the frame.
After a violent confrontation, Walker and Trevette discover a large quantity of drugs on the premises. They confront the owner about selling narcotics and offer to drop the charges in exchange for information on Baker's location. The owner claims he does not know where Baker is hiding but suggests arresting Dwayne, one of Baker's former cellmates and closest associates. He also details Baker's disturbing prison fantasies of abducting Alex to a remote cabin where no one would hear her screams.
What about this guy, Dwayne?
Oh, yeah, he was a peeper, too. He used to break into girls' apartments. Dewey?
Later, Dwayne meets Baker and nervously warns him that the police are searching for him. Baker remains composed and convinces Dwayne that this situation presents an opportunity to eliminate Walker and they devise a trap.
We're gonna have to kill ourselves a Ranger, and I've chosen you to set him up.
Walker.
I'm scared, Walker. Baker's crazy. I think he's going to kill me.
Tell me where you are, Dwayne. I'll send a police unit to pick you up.
No cops.
Dwayne agrees to cooperate but insists on meeting Walker alone, claiming Baker has allies within the police force who might harm him if others are involved. They arrange to meet at an abandoned house, but when Walker arrives, he finds that Baker has murdered Dwayne and hung his body from a ceiling. The following day at the courthouse, Baker disguises himself in a sheriff's uniform. As Alex enters the elevator, Baker releases a gas canister, rendering Trevette unconscious, and abducts her. He fires his weapon to clear a path and escapes in another vehicle before Trevette regains consciousness and returns fire. By the time Walker arrives, Baker has vanished. While examining Baker's abandoned vehicle, Walker finds cedar leaves inside. Trevette also discovers gas receipts that help them identify Baker's likely destination. At a secluded cabin, Alex attempts to escape but runs into Baker. He knocks her unconscious and confronts her about the charges that led to his imprisonment.
You know I'm gonna hurt you, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew the reason why. What's got me so angry is I've been just sitting here thinking about all the good folks down in Cuervo County that suffered because of you.
He blames her for his prison sentence and for replacing him with what he calls a bleeding heart liberal sheriff.
Now, since I left here, the crime rate's gone up 30%.
You know, I've always considered myself a problem solver. I can't figure out how to get your clothes off when you're all tied up like that. I think I'll start at the top and work my way down.
As Baker prepares to attack Alex with a knife, Walker and Trevette storm the cabin. Baker seizes Alex and holds her hostage, threatening to slit her throat unless they drop their weapons. While Baker drags her outside, Walker circles around the cabin, exits through another door, and ambushes him. After a brief but intense fight, Walker overpowers and kills Baker. Later, Alex successfully prosecutes Devlin, who is convicted of first-degree murder.
I got Devlin convicted, didn't I?
Murder first degree.
So don't you think I deserve to go to my own victory party?
Walker congratulates her by buying a new horse to replace the one Baker killed. The gesture brings the story to a hopeful conclusion. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.